Well, thanks. Thanks, Dan, and good evening, everyone. Great to see so many faces, even though am at the ball field. I'm scrolling through my Zoom, and awesome to see so many of you. And just again, begin by thanking you guys for taking the time on a Saturday, beautiful Saturday evening, to meet and talk, and again, continue to work through our awesome movement of inclusion. So again, thank you. I don't think we've been there since the last. Oh, Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. I was just
Randy,
gonna say,
maybe you.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, and also a huge thank you to everyone for the summer games. I know that feels like forever ago, but really, a month and a half, and all the work and everything, and just awesome. Watching our athletes, raise their arms and victory and the high fives and everything is awesome. So thank everyone for that. I know it's a lot of work. Really, today we're going to talk about the equipment survey, and then passing it over to really the fun stuff of we've got a lot of fall games and sports and activities happening as we wrap up 2023, and Heather will take that, and then Dan will have a few different pieces. So in regards to the equipment and sports survey, so those of you that filled that out and wondering what an update, because I know if some said, hey, I put on poly hockey equipment, season's coming, is that going to be ordered or whatever? So where we're at now is we're planning on in September sending those who sent out a link almost kind of a large order form. We're doing this in two different ways. One, we have a vendor who we're working with a lot of jerseys, apparels, and some sports equipment, and then you essentially, the area is going to get kind of automatically loaded kind of cash in the checkout, and then you just pick from your list of the things that you want or kind of prioritize. So that's one thing coming out in September. The other is a lot of the items that we saw where, we had 262 basketballs on the list, and we're talking about quality basketball. So I thought it was a really, really good point, I think, at the last meeting of, hey, we're not talking about, balls that we'd get at Dollar General or whatever, but high quality competition balls, bocce sets, some other things. We're talking with some of our sports vendors like Dick's Sporting Goods and whatever, to donate or really get scale of cost, so we can just do those all across the board. So really, for your timing and thinking of equipment for those that filled it out, really it's going to be kind of September timeframe, and most likely October is when you would see those items in your hand. So think about more so, I would say, kind of your 24 seasons of that, maybe some poly hockey stuff, that they came in or flag football because of obviously with October and dates. But most likely the ordering, those items happen in September, in your guys' hands in October.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah. Thanks,
Good luck
everyone.
to the team tonight. Yeah, we appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, awesome. Well, and real quick, wanted to give a quick kudos or shout outs to Randy and the team, Area 19. I got to attend one of their fundraisers, I think it was brand new idea to even Special Olympics Michigan of the barbecue contest and everything. It was really awesome event. So Randy, kudos to you and the team. I really enjoyed attending as well, and possibly a good idea or fundraiser, of other programs. And I know we're going to talk about, with field service, we talk about sharing ideas or things. So on that end, I'll say goodbye. But yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Tim. Also, Tim said Saturday night. I think he meant summer night. So a beautiful summer night, not Saturday. It is only Wednesday, if anyone's keeping score up there. So
dang it. My bad.
Thanks, Tim.
Yep. Thanks.
I'm going to hand it over to Heather to talk about fall games, timelines, and our events we have coming up.
All right. Can everybody hear me? I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, perfect. So, as Dan and Tim both said, we have softball coming up here on August 25th in Canton. We're going to have 31 teams, so great turnout. We're excited, and our skills numbers are up pretty high. So we're over 40 in the skills area. So I'm excited. We're all back, and it's going to be a great day of softball. We'll be working on the schedules coming out here shortly. Once we get scores in, and we'll get that out to you. First games will start at 9 a.m. So you can start planning for that now. Majority of the teams will play either at 9 or 10:15 in those first 2 hours of play. After that, we have our fall games coming up, which will be starting on September 22nd, where we will have golf in the morning, and then kayaking will start in the afternoon. And golf is at Eagle Crest again, for those of you that maybe haven't seen the information, and kayaking at Eastern Boathouse again. And then Saturday is going to be soccer and cycling at Independence Park for soccer in Canton, and cycling at Chelsea Proving Grounds. So back to our old locations of where we were previously to COVID, and again, hoping the numbers will grow with fall games as we continue to see our teams coming back. Then our last event for the year will be Poly Hockey, Flag Football, and Unified Bowling, and we secured that a week ago at the United Wholesale Mortgage building in Pontiac, and that is going to be Friday, November 10th. Flag Football will be indoors. They have 2 very large indoor turf areas, so no fear, we won't be dealing with snow there. And then we have 8 courts for Poly Hockey, and then we will be at Century Bowl for Unified Bowling in Waterford. So dates for due dates for Poly Hockey, Flag Football, and Unified Bowling, I hope will be out maybe tomorrow, but if not, next week. Just waiting on our graphics team to get those updated and put together. So once we have those, we'll send those out.
Cool. Any questions on events? Okay. If you think of any, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll make sure we get to those. Speaking of fall games, golf. Gail Huber, are you at Golf League right now?
Yes.
Area Director of the Year. I don't let anything interrupt my golf game, so I got to hand it to you for being on the call.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I just have a couple quick updates. One, and Heather, feel free to chime in. Just want to let everyone know we had a meeting yesterday or the day before about the COVID waiver requirement. What we're going to do, that COVID waiver is going to change just a little bit. If you remember the COVID waiver, or you're familiar with it, it has the first page where you checked off sort of the COVID guidelines saying that you understood them. And then really the second page was more of a all-encompassing communicable disease understanding and waiver acknowledgement. What we're doing is we're basically taking off that first page and working with SOI. We're still going to have that second page, which is just you acknowledge that, communicable diseases could be transferred, that sort of thing. And so we won't have the actual check page. It'll just be that second page. If someone has already filled out the COVID waiver, and they have that on file for us, it's a one-time deal, it's still good. That does not change their status or anything like that. We're just trying to make it a little bit easier. I know we've heard from many of you that, the language on that first page was a little outdated. It was probably more truer to our fall games or even before winter games. So we won't have the first page. It'll just be that waiver page. And again, anyone that's already signed it, they do not have to redo it. It's still good. It doesn't change anything there. It'll just be that second page. Heather, anything to add to that?
Learn all about special.
No, I think you covered it.
Okay. Any questions with that? And we'll send that out. We're currently making the edits on that and everything. So we will send that out to everyone once it's updated and make sure that you're aware. So we had to find it in all the places and return to play. We're in the process of updating our return to play guidelines, which are going to be pretty basic now since, we don't do any testing before games like we did at summer games, any of that kind of stuff. So we'll be updating all that and we'll send an update to everyone so you all are aware that the website's changed, that form's officially changed and so forth. So,
Really well.
if you have any questions there, just let us know. Also, I wanted to welcome Lori Swift to the call. Lori has moved in. You may have remember my email from a week or two ago that she is semi-officially, I'll call it now, in her role as field service director. I say that because I announced it, and then with a few other departures in the accounting department, Lori is still balancing both positions. So please be patient with us, but she is working more in her field service role. Lori, I don't know if you want to say anything, but if you do, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'll get off the golf course.
Hey, I can't help it. In my blood.
As Dan said, please just be patient as we're working through a lot of staffing changes in the accounting department. But if anything comes up or if you need any immediate assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out, okay?
Great. Thank you, Lori. So we're excited for her to kind of help transition accounting and then officially move over. Also, I don't think she's on the call because I know she's working summer school, but happy to announce that we have a new area director in Area 39, which we have not had for a number of years. So very excited. Rachel Brucker is her name. She has been involved with Special Olympics in Minnesota, works for the ISD up there. We're going to be onboarding her here in the coming months and then officially kind of get that area back up and rolling in September. So kudos to Carl White, regional manager.
Which one?
And I'm going to send out an updated area director contact list to everybody, just because I know we have had some new area directors, and with that started right around summer games, and I know with how busy things get, some of you may have missed that. So, and also thank you, Pat. The new waiver is updated in DocuSign for the communicable disease waiver, so we're good there. We're just updating it on our website, and I'll send that around to everyone so you're aware. So good to know that it's officially up and running. A couple other things really quick. One is we are coming up on budget season, so we will be reaching out very soon. Budgets will start in August. I just sent Roger a note this morning, and I'll be following up with all of you, kind of providing an update next week as to the budget timeline and all of that. We're going to try and simplify it as much as possible, and kind of look at last year what we did and just adjust that a little bit. But we'll be reaching out, both field service and regional managers will be contacting you here in August for budget purposes to get those set for the 2024 year. So, and then the other piece is our annual leadership conference will be December 1st and 2nd. It's an opportunity for areas, management teams, staff, even volunteers, even some of our volunteer groups to come together. That is December 1st and 2nd. It's that Friday, Saturday. It'll be in Grand Rapids. You should have gotten the save the date with summer games information and shortly thereafter. But we are going to be sending out registration and the awards nominations and all of that here by the end of August. So just wanted to put that on everyone's radar now, just so you can start thinking about that. If you've got a volunteer of the year, if you've got a business that you work super closely with that supports your area, you can kind of prep those nominations. So I know Kayla and the team have been working on that, and we'll be rolling all of that out here end of August to get that to you, so we can get registration set, get our nominations in, and notify them, and we can have our awards night in our conference in December. So kind of a busy August with things coming out. The good news is with registration, you'll have some time to figure out who's coming from your area, and then process that. And then we'll finalize everything in November and share that out with everyone. So just put that on your radar. Start thinking about those great volunteers and coaches and everything that you have in your area, because you may want to nominate them for an award. Kayla, if I missed anything, feel free to come off mute and let me know, or Lori with the conference. And those really are my updates as well. So any questions on anything we discussed or for the good of the group? If not, it's going to be a short one, and I can go mow my lawn.
And I can continue to golf.
There you go. Okay. Well, like I said, I was recording, so I'll let Bo know. He'll process this, put it on a link for us, and I'll send it out to all of us, even those that were on the call, but all the areas so they can reference. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to Lori, myself, Heather, any of our staff. We'd be happy to answer those. Thank you all. Enjoy your summer evening. Have a great night.
Have a good weekend.
Yep.